everyone, welcome to Crick Punch with Fussy. What seemed like an eternal wait, the fourth test match has finally started between India and England, and it's the same narrative once again. I'm interested to see what excuse people come up with this time around, and as England have been bundled out again cheaply on a track which is actually batting friendly with not much spin around as the last one. What is it this time around? I'm curious for the new narrative to come up from the critics. So, England once again won the toss on a good batting surface, but just didn't make much of the chance. They handed over the control back to India as they got all out for 205 runs on what seemed like a 350 run wicket. Indians are bossing this game right from day one, with the bowlers again coming to party. Some were either outdone by self inflicted damage or by some accurate setup by Mohammad Siraj. Axar came close to another 5 for this time. Ashwin added another 3 to his ever-growing tally, and Sundar managed to prove his credentials as a bowling all-rounder for the time being. India ended the day trailing by 181 runs with 9 wickets in hand. England overcorrected from the last match, where they went in with three pacers. Here they went in with an extra batsman in Lawrence, and with only one pacer in Jimmy Anderson, Stokes being the other pacer, which is kind of bizarre because since Stokes hasn't bowled a lot in the series, so these were bizarre tactics from England, and India just made one change with Siraj coming in for Bumrah. So, since there was so much unnecessary talk about the pitch, let's start with that first. This is a good day one pitch. There are no spitting cobras, there is no sharp turn as the last time around, the foot landing area isn't crumbling. This is a typical win the toss, bat first kind of wicket. This is the kind of pitch where you score big in the first innings and only bat once. So winning the toss and electing to bat first was the perfect start for the England team, who are one down in the series. But that is just not what happened. There was good bounce and carry on this pitch as well, and one end of the pitch had a bit of grass covering with a bit of moisture in it, so Indian pacers did extract some movement of the surface. The pacers started well, didn't give away too many runs, but just didn't make the batsmen play more. They were bowling short and wide, which just didn't trouble the batsmen, and it didn't induce any edges. Especially Ishant was wavered with his line and length with one odd good ball in between, but he was bowling just all over the place. But it was the introduction of Akshar Patel that started the downfall of the Englishman. I mean, Test cricket must be easy for this guy because he has picked 22 wickets with an average of 10 runs in 3 matches. That's some start to his Test career. The wounds of last match were clearly visible in the England openers as they were playing for spin, hanging the bat away from the body, but there just wasn't enough spin in the pitch. Sibley got out to a straight one and Zach Rowley got out looking to be positive but just didn't get close enough to the pitch of the ball and gave a simple catch to Siraj. Even though the spinners took 8 wickets, for me the standout bowler today was Mohammad Siraj. He steamed in with a lot of fire, he was constantly in ears of Ben Stokes, bowled at good pace and constantly troubled the English batsmen. The way he set up Joe Root was just so rewarding to watch. He dragged Root across the stumps by bowling a few wide deliveries that left him, and then bowled a quick one coming in, which Root just could not negate as he was way across the stumps. It's so good to see a young bowler, outsmarting a world-class player like Joe Root. England were reeling 30 for 3 after winning the toss on a good surface. They threw away the advantage. But regardless of what the scorecard says, England actually batted better than they have done in the last couple of matches. They used their feet well, they were trying to be proactive to put the pressure back on the spinners. Even the way Zach Crawley got out, I don't mind that, as I'd rather have them get caught trying to be proactive than get out just being stuck in the crease with the scoreboard not going anywhere. When it comes off, it looks good. When it doesn't, it looks kind of stupid, but the idea was right. Best example was Johnny Bairstow, Ben Stokes, Ollie Pope and Daniel Lawrence. Bairstow covered the line of the ball so well. Instead of playing for the spin like he did in the last match, he played very close to the body. Ollie Pope came down the track close to the pitch of the ball, not allowing the ball to spin. Lawrence scored a vital 40 runs and Stokes played a brilliant, resilient innings. Tonked a couple of sixes to the spinners, saw through the tough period. It was good improvement from the English side, but they just couldn't keep going with that. Ashwin got Ollie Pope once again, but this time it was unlucky for the batsman. The inside edge hit the back leg and the ball just popped to Shubman Gill at short leg. But this was purely Ashwin working the batsman out in the mind. He got the first ball to turn and troubled him. The next ball, he beat him with lack of turn. So the batsman who isn't sure how the ball will behave tried to use his feet every ball to negate the turn. Siraj picked out Bairstow as he missed the line of the ball, allowing the ball to kiss the back of pad on his way to the keeper, and Stokes got out to another straight one from Washington Sundar as the ball was beautifully angled in from round the wicket and just doing a little bit off the seam. He was absolutely dead in front of the wicket. This is what hurt England. No one went on to convert those 40s and 50s into a big one. They wanted at least one batsman to go on get 100. They just kept losing wickets in regular intervals, and that meant they fell short of minimum 150 runs on a good scoring track. But India, on the other hand, were just spot on with the bowling. On a pitch where there was a bit of everything, spin, seam, pace, and bounce, India adjusted well. Axar came close to another fifer. Ashwin added wickets to his ever-growing tally, and Siraj just continues to impress. You couldn't have asked for a better performance from the bowlers than this on a good batting track. It was also nice to see the way Virat rotated his bowlers because it was a very hot day. It was important that he kept his bowlers fresh. So because every time someone new came into the attack, because they have been rested, they were relatively fresh, and that gave him the dividends. They were picking wickets at regular intervals. But one thing that didn't go India's way is their use of DRS. India might be bossing the series, but their use of DRS has been downright pathetic. Look at this. They've used 15 reviews so far, challenging the umpire's call while fielding. This is not while they were batting. I'm talking about while they're fielding. They've challenged the umpire's decision 15 times, and they were unsuccessful 12 times. Only once the decision was overturned. Those are worrying numbers. Because if you go check the video highlights, most of the time Virat Kohli is taking the review at the last second. He's very reluctant. But the reason is you never listen to the bowler, because the bowler is always convinced, especially Ravi Ashwin. Ashwin was part of 9 reviews of those 15 total reviews. So this is something India have to look into, as this might come to bite them later, where they'll be out of reviews and a decision goes against them. So this is something they need to work on. But except for that, it's India's day. India did lose an early wicket in the form of Shubman Gill, but they're well placed with Rohit Sharma and Pujara at the crease. A vote for Jimmy Anderson, as he has bowled his heart out. He has bowled 5 overs and all of them are maidens, and he even picked out the 1 wicket of Shubman Gill. He was very miserly and disciplined, but the spinners just didn't bowl a consistent line and length, as they let the batsman rotate the strike easily. They were not bowling at a single batsman for a longer period of time, so that they can work the batsman over. Rohit has looked solid as ever. Pujara, well, he's his usual self. England are looking at a very long day too if they don't pick up early wickets tomorrow. So, India will be looking to bat just once and long on the surface. But will that actually happen? Or will England land some more blows in the series? Fascinating day of cricket awaits us tomorrow. Till then, like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.